Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from today. And I decided that even if we're out at home, I can wear a sunglasses because I have a couple of them. How are you doing? I hope your day has gone well. If you are in that part of the world where there is winding down, if you are in North America, I hope you are kicking it. Is a little past midday for some of us. And welcome. And I see 58 people already here. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Dr. Adeolu Bamaji, and this is your Career Cafe, and we're about to get to talk about tech careers today. I'm excited about this topic. I'm going to be teaching today, and I want you to call anybody that you feel this person is thinking about crossing to tech. This person has been telling me they want to understand how tech is related to their career. Please send them a link to join this live today because they can learn a whole lot of things from what I'm about to start discussing. Thank you all for joining. Wherever you're joining from, I know tech is the wave of the moment, and you are probably thinking, everybody is crossing to tech. What about me? What can I be doing in tech? And the reason why this conversation is very critical is that tech is happening everywhere. So we're going to talk about people have shortened digital transformation into tech. That is the short form of digital transformation. And today I want to break it down on this channel as to what does it mean to you and I. And what should you be thinking about considering right now, career-wise? Please tell me in the comment section where you are joining from. Good evening to people who are just joining us, and welcome. Please tell me in the comment section where you're joining from. I'm wearing glasses. I don't want to tell you a story about what happened to me over the weekend. So let's get started. I'm going to be sharing a few slides with us today. So I want to start with my first slide. All right, just 1 second. All right, can you see my screen? So I'm teaching today, so this is the first slide. I want to talk to us about digital transformation that is usually shortened into the word tech. And digital transformation is something that just started around 2011. So we have had from Industry 1.0 to 4.0. We are currently in the Industry 4.0 era. So in the 1700, we started, we as people, I mean the people of the world, we had the first industrial revolution, which is Industry 1.0. What was the outcome of Industry 1.0? At that point, when our great-great-grandfathers were here, everything they did mechanically. There was mechanized farming, so they were planting things by hand. And when you do things by hand, what you could do is very small. So they at that point, they have trade by barter. They were all trying to, farm. That was their source of livelihood, which is farming, because their focus was, I want to eat. At that point, as a farmer, you could plant things for 3 families. So the means of exchanging things at that point was trade by barter. I believe you've heard about trade by barter, right? They exchange. So if I have planted yam, you have planted cassava, we could trade it as a family. That lasted in the era of in the Industry 1.0. Everything was mechanical. You've heard about the steam engine, water-powered engine. That's what they had during that time. After that era, in the 1700s, we moved to 1800s. In the 1800s, we generated electricity for the first time as a people. When we generated electricity for the first time, what that led to is that we can now mass produce things. We now have assembly lines. Now, when you can mass produce things, you can't eat everything anymore. So you could transport some of those things from one place to another. That is Industry 2.0. So we now have electricity. There is more we can do. So we went from Industry 2.0 to 3.0 in the 1900s. So around 1960. Industry 3.0 started. We had the first computer being made. And every industrial revolution we had usually will last for about 100 years. So Industry 1.0 started in the 1700s. It lasted for about 100 years. And Industry 2.0 started in the 1800s and ended in about 1968. So it lasted for about another 100 years. Now from 1960s to 2011, we had Industry 3.0. So we had our first computers. And I remembered me growing up in Nigeria. And our own time was very exciting because that was when phone happened from the first time. We saw when we had all this wired phone, right? Where if you want to receive phone call, you go to the third house or the phone is landline. We saw that. That was part of Industry 3.0. We now have we now have computers, but they were big computers, and they were not accessible to everybody. Everybody didn't have computers in their house. You have to go to a cyber cafe. At that time was when we have Industry 3.0. So yes, computers came into our homes, phones came into our lives, but they weren't mobile phones. Now, we started evolving from those big computers to, we saw the size of the computer, it started shrinking. We saw the size of the phone, it started shrinking. It went from cabled powered phone to wireless powered phone once we got to Industry 4.0. So Industry 4.0, called digital transformation, also referred to as tech, started in 2011. There was an announcement in Germany that declared that we have begun the fourth industrial revolution in Germany in 2011. Once that declaration started, we started erupting very fast. And from 2011 till date, can you see how much transformation has happened to us? So much transformations have happened to how we do business, how we interact with one another, what we do. We have seen a lot of transformation. So we went from the era of everything is powered with LAN, LAN, to everything is wireless. Industry 4.0 brought to us these 8 areas that you are seeing in the picture, the green one. We have 8 different areas that have now come to support everything we do. We have 8 areas of digital transformation. We have big data analytics. We have cybersecurity. We have Internet of Things. We have autonomous robotics. We have all of this cloud computing. We have all of these areas. Now, for us as Africans, the most popular out of these areas, the most popular that we go into is the big data analytics. So all the areas under big data analytics, that is where you find Salesforce administrator, business analyst, data science, AI, machine learning. All of them fall under one category out of these 8, which is the analytics, the big data analytics zone. Why are we having this meeting? Because every African feel like that is the only thing existing in tech. That is not the only thing existing in tech. There are other areas in tech that we have to also look at as we try to see what is possible for me. Where in tech should I be looking at? Remember, analytics is one block out of 8 blocks. And you should be asking, what are these other blocks? Can I find myself in one of these blocks instead of everybody? Even the engineers want to do data analyst. Even the human resource manager is trying to be a business analyst. That is not the only block available. There are 8 different blocks that came with the 4th industrial revolution. Now you are here, you are thinking, Shebi, is me, I study mass comm. Doctor, as someone who studied mass comm, what am I supposed to do? Right? What am I supposed to do? Should I also go and abandon my mass comm career and jump to become a data analyst and start to learn analytics? That's why we are having this conversation today. In tech is not just based on, let me stop sharing this. We have multiple slides to share today. So tech is not just based on, is this analytics lane? There is multiple lane. And tech is a short form for digital transformation, which is also the Industry 4.0 revolution. We as a people have come a long way. Let's talk about how tech has affected communication. Like I said, when I was growing up, they had landline. From landline, we watched it evolve into mobile phones. My first phone was Nokia 3310. It was big, it was button that we have. And over the last 15 years, we watched us having padded button phone to having all these smartphones with flat screen. I believe in the next 20 years, we may not even have this type of phone anymore. It may be flatter. It may even be that it's going to be on our hand, in our body. We don't know what is coming to us. As you can see, every industrial revolution has lasted for a minimum of 50 to 60 years, usually about 100 years. This should tell you that this 4th industrial revolution is going to be here from that 2011 to like maybe 2050 or 2065 or 2070. By 2070, me and you know, say, if we are still alive, we are very old at that time. So for our lifetime, For where me and you will be alive, the fourth industrial revolution is going to rule our world. It's going to optimize everything for us, from the way we communicate to how we administer healthcare, to everything. It's going to change it for you. And you, as someone who is an HR person, you are thinking, so what is going to happen? Every career will be visited by Industry 4.0. So you, as a HR person, your career will be visited by Industry 4.0. The logistics guy, their career will be visited by Industry 4.0. The person who is a facility manager, their career will be visited by Industry 4.0. You that you are in communications, your career will be visited by Industry 4.0. So there is no reason for you to want to jump lane and say, I'm abandoning everything I know, everything I have done. I'm abandoning that and shifting to data analyst and shifting to business analyst. You do not have to do that, because digital transformation is going to happen to your own career. The question is, doctor, so you said it's going to happen to my career. Why? How is this going to be for me? Before I talk about that, I want to talk about the concept of how our world has operated when we are talking about career paths. So 1 second. So up till now, some people are following in this career path direction. So we have what we call the lateral career path and the non-lateral, which is the hierarchical career path. Hierarchical career path is this. So you started your career here as an accountant. So you want to be an accountant for the rest of your life. So you started as an accountant. As you can see in this picture here, after 3 years, depending on whether you are working for a private accounting company or a public accounting company, you go from zero to you are a junior. And after maybe 0 to 4 years, you become a senior. And then after another 4 years, from 6 to 9 years, you become a manager. Then once you are as 10 and up, you become a public accountant if you're working for a public accounting firm. If you're working for a private, this is what happened to your career. Now, you can see, for you to climb from one step of the ladder to another step of the ladder, usually it will take about 3 to 4 years. So, and you are staying in track. Everything you know is accounting. So some people are on here. You have worked for a company for 10 years and you have stayed in track. You have gone from engineer 1 to engineer 2 to engineer 3. And every 3 years, they promote you. You are on that career path that is non-lateral, which is a linear, hierarchical career path. That is the career path you are in. Now, last night, I shared a post. Last night, our own time, American time, where somebody on Twitter said, my company advertised the same role I have. And on advertising the same role I have, they want to pay from $30,000 to $90,000 more than what they pay me. The reason for that is if you stay on this type of hierarchical career ladder, you stay with the same company, there's a very high chance that you are leaving money on the table. You are leaving money on the table because maybe when you even started, you lowballed yourself. You started as entry level. You didn't know how to negotiate. So you entered. So every year they put a company promote, they give you 3% increase in salary every year. They won't change your title until after 3 to 4 years. Now, they are giving you 3% increase. Did you know that inflation in most countries is around that percentage yearly? So technically, you are not making more money because inflation is catching up with the money they are giving you. And because you stayed with that company, they are technically not promoting you. So by the time you got to your 4th year and then they give you another title, then they say, let's just add $7,000 more to your pay. You are happy, but look at the amount of inflation that has happened. Now, if they want to hire somebody from outside, they will pay that person more. The thing here is, first, if you want to stay on this hierarchical career ladder, you have to think to yourself. So, statistics shows today that by 2030, 23% of the jobs that is available on the market today will be replaced by AI by 2030. We are in 2023. So, in 7 years, we will have a large percentage, about 33% of the jobs that are existing right now will be replaced. The first question I have for you is it safe to be on a track? That is all you know. What if that track happens to be part of the job that will be replaced by AI? That means everything you know in your life, very soon computer will say, it's taking it from you. So at the point we are right now, it is valid for you to start to think, how does tech affect my career path? Because yes, jobs, 33% of jobs on the market will be replaced by AI. Also, there is another statistics, the research that told us that the children that are in school right now, that are in primary school, secondary school, the jobs those children will do when they graduate, 65% of those children, the jobs they will do has not been created. We don't have those jobs yet. They don't exist yet. They don't exist. What does that tell you? In our future, there are new opportunities. There will be creation of new technologies, new opportunities, new career paths, so much. In the next 40 years, expect new things, new career paths, new opportunities. First, if you are on here, you have children. Please don't try to limit your children and say, do you have to be a medical doctor? No, the career path that person may want to do may not be existing yet, because that's what predictions tell us. That 65% of those children, the job they will do have not been created. So please, let's be open-minded as parents. Now, as you, if they are saying by 2030, which is going to keep happening right now until 2020, that over 30% of the jobs available on the market will be wiped out by artificial intelligence, and 16% new jobs will be created, 16%. So if 16% new jobs are created and 33% jobs are wiped off the market, so some people will be left stranded if they don't move to that 16% new jobs immediately, or they start to think, what should I move into immediately? So if you are here, you are aware about tech, and you are wondering, should I be crossing? You are right. Because if jobs are going to get off the market, you should be thinking, okay, should I be snagging one of those roles? Now the question is, what should I be snagging? What should I be looking at? What career path should I be saying, this is the one I want to examine? Let me share my next slide. I hope this is going well. If you're on here, you know somebody. Sound off, sorry. It's back on. So I was reading. Can you hear me again? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I've turned the sound back on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Sound should be back up right now. It's back. Thank you. I mistakenly pressed sound off. Sorry. So I was explaining here that the statistics I was reading out, it's all on here. 65% of the school children right now, the jobs are not available in the market. Now, you are thinking, I am a logistic manager. Doctor, I am on this Instagram. Every day I see advertisement about business analyst. You don't need experience. Come and join us. This, that, Salesforce. Should I abandon my career and go and do Salesforce or business analyst training and run away? Yes, I don't think so. Why? This is what we call the lateral career move. You know, I showed you the hierarchical one, which you're going up the ladder, right? The lateral career move is you are moving, you are open to new things. But you see how this lady, let's say this lady on this skinny that is moving, her name is Jane. Jane started from the first point here on the red, down here. She is now walking, she's not moving up the ladder. She's moving like this. But you can see she's not coming down. She's moving like this. Jane will move like this, and move like this, and move to the top. She is aware. Jane is aware. This is Jane. Jane is sitting on this ladder here. Jane is aware that digital transformation is here. So instead of Jane to go up the ladder and say, I'm an accountant, I'm in entry level, I'm going to move up. She said, no, I'm an accountant, but there is now a lot of opportunities in financial services. I can be a quantitative modeling analyst. I can be in data analytics. I can decide that I want to do something in maybe blockchain. I have opportunity in open API. as somebody who has a background in finance, I now have more opportunities. So let me go, instead of going straight as an accountant, I'm going to go like this. I'm not going from accounting and saying I want to go and do software development. I'm going along a lane. There are some career paths that is too far for you. You are out of that zone. It is not in your zone. Don't just say, my friend said he wants to be a cybersecurity expert, so let me join the course. No. You didn't see Jane leave a lane. There is an Industry 4.0 lane for you. People who study accounting, they can do a lot of different things. So I'm explaining this because I want you to see how Jane is going, like that. Then you have to think, what is my next move? What should be the next one and the next one for me? So that I can also keep moving up. But I'm learning, or I can move around in this space. Let's look at an example of a career path that offers multiple opportunities today because of digital transformation. And I'm going to start with logistics. This is logistics. Can I even see it properly myself? All right, this is logistics. Under logistics, I'm putting it up. Let me remove these glasses. Under logistics, let's read the career paths available. Internet of Things, automated guided vehicles, robotics and automation, AR and wearable devices, drones, last mile delivery, anticipated logistics, machine learning. Those are very good areas available on the market for logistics. I also put something similar like that to this side. It broke down some of those areas: Internet of Things, 3D printing, wearable devices. So you are in logistics. You are thinking, which area of Industry 4.0 should I be planting myself? Last mile is a good place. There is Internet of Things for you. There is opportunity for you in drones. There is opportunity for you in AR, wearable devices, to be able to know. So let me explain, for example, what does wearable devices has to do with logistics? So let's say you are working for a manufacturing company. They have made 2 million of the same spoon. This is the spoon they make, 2 million pieces. You know, out of those 2 millions that they've made, there will be some of them that are not good quality. There is something we'll call PPM, parts per million. So if a company produces 20 million parts, their quality should be maybe 0.2 part per million. That means the amount of deformity or defect of issues is maybe 0.2 parts per million, PPM. So we don't want to be counting one by one and be looking, does this have defect? Is it good? With this wearable device, you can wear that Google. The Google will be looking at those parts and be saying, this one is deformed, out. This one is good. So the combination of automation and AI wearable glasses could help logistics, so that we don't need to hire technicians or people who are going to be sorting by hand anymore. We don't need sorters. We just need wearables to be able to see. And people don't even need to do the wearables anymore. We can have a session where somebody can monitor. So wearables allow us to track what we are producing. We will spot the one with a defect. We will use automation to kick it out of the lane, and then the remaining move forward. So we know, we're confident and say the products we are producing, all of them are good, because the ones that are not good, we've identified it using our wearable technology, and we've kicked it out of the equation using robotics. The person who before, their job is they are sorters. They work for a company, they make $50,000 per year. They go in the morning, they sort things. All the parts come in, pass through them, so they are sorting. And say, this one is good, this one is good. Their jobs are no longer going to exist because of that wearable and automation. So if you were that person, that you are a sorter, that's your job. Should you go to business analytics? It's too far for you, because there are jobs in your vicinity. You can claim your work experience. You can say, okay, let's say, you now say, I'm branching into wearables, AR, VR, because I feel like my job may be taken. So let me go and develop my skills in AR, VR. And then you develop your skills. If you are looking for admission in AR/VR, you can justify to a school why they should give you admission. That I've been a sorter, I've been doing that job. I want to go in this direction because this is the future. You are looking for another job. You can go and learn. Maybe you want to go to a boot camp. Maybe you want to learn online that AR/VR technology or whatever you want to do. But instead of going away from logistics zone, logistics is where you have had 10 years of experience. Why should you leave logistics and go to business analytics because advertisement on social media won't kill you? Now they take you to business analytics. You do training with them. You pay $4,000 or whatever they ask you to pay. Now, if you want to develop a resume, you have zero experience in business analytics. Now they will ask you to lie on your resume. Oh yeah, patch it, lie. You yourself know, say a lie. Because the last 10 years, that's not what you've been doing. You've been doing logistics. Do you have to do that to yourself? No, because there are opportunities in logistics. Why do you have to go extreme hand? What is none of your business? You remove your own from your own lane. You go another lane. Now they're teaching you to lie on your resume. You have now lied on your resume. You are now landing interviews. Maybe they still say, lie again. You finally got some interviews because this is not what you have done for 10 years. You can't defend it. You enter this interview, the person who wants to hire you, they will know. Why am I explaining this? There are multiple opportunities in the market for different fields today. Let's look at another field. Let me look at another field for us. Let's find another lane. Construction. This is construction. I've been in construction in Nigeria. I'm in real estate. I've been doing construction. I studied mechanical engineering. I have 10 years of experience. I'm coming to Canada. People were saying I should go and take business analytics training. Business analytics training for what? Care. Let's talk about what do we have available in construction. All right, I'm reading. Sorry, people. We have autonomous construction. We have big data and predictive analytics. We have building information modeling. We have 3D scanning and photogrammetry. We have cloud computing and real-time collaboration. We have wireless monitoring and connected equipment. We have autonomous and robotics construction. We have 3D printing and additive manufacturing. Shout out, that is me. And we have advanced building materials. So you're in material science in construction. Yes, advanced building materials now exist. Smart materials, prefabrication, and modular construction. So those are areas, augmented reality visualization, virtualization. That's there too. Okay, those are new areas in construction. You are in construction, you are looking for doctor. What are the new areas in construction? Because I don't want computer to come and take my job. There are, and you don't have to say, that one is too hard. There are multiple of them. There are multiple, over 10 opportunities on the market. One will work for you. You can see analytics there. There's predictive analytics. It's not business analytics, so it's predictive for you. There is also that VR, virtual reality that I talked about. There is 3D modeling. There's even 3D printing. There are so many opportunities depending on what areas of construction you have done. There are new areas for you. This presentation today is to reinforce to you that what you have background in right now is being affected by Industry 4.0 and digital transformation or tech. There is no reason why you should cross lane and go somewhere else and they turn you into a liar. Now you are learning everything that's no concern you. Because I feel like a career that you will be long term. Why should you build it on lies? You've done 10 years working. You've done 15 years working. Even if you want to choose another career, should it be built on lies? No. You deserve better than that. Especially when we know for a fact that the lane you are in, there are opportunities there. There is virtue there. There are good stuff happening there, but you're not aware. If you are on here, you're thinking, doctor, so maybe you check my resume. So me, I have 3 different types of experience. I've done this. In such a case, you have done multiple things. This upcoming boot camp that we have coming up on 25th and 26th, you should be attending. Bring your resume, is in your hand. Bring that resume. Yes, it's a lot of people, but in that, I would teach you my strategy to find out what is the career path for you today. Where should you be crossing to today? What is the space where a computer will not take your job today? I will teach you how to find that, because it is important that you don't leave your lane and go and do what is none of your business. Who should be crossing to business analytics, for God's sake? You have a background in accounting. Business analytics is your terrain. Go there. Data analytics is your terrain. Go there. But don't bother us that are engineers. Don't be telling us we should come and do business analytics. We think consign us and business analytics. Now you want to turn us into liar. So if you have, doctor, my own is multiple experience. My own, doctor, you didn't project my own career path. Come register for is $150. You will learn how to find your career. You will learn how to do a resume that gets you a job in 90 days. You will learn job search strategy. I'm in Nigeria, doctor, I have visitor visa for Canada. How do I get a job? I will teach you. I'm in the UK, I'm about to finish my school, doctor, help my life. What jobs? I want to get a job that will give me paper. Come to that booth. Oh, sorry. My sister is trying to call me. She doesn't know I'm on this live. So she's disrupting all our call. Sorry, can you hear me again? Can you hear me? Can you tell me if you can hear me? Please, can I know if you can hear me? My connection was disrupted. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Send love if you can hear me so I can move forward with my next slide. Send love if you can hear me. Yes, thank you. So as I was explaining, if you're thinking, I'm a student, I want to know what I should do. So some people have come to school. You are here, you are studying something. Then you should be thinking, what I'm studying, will it give me a job? What I'm studying, is it not that I'm studying something that AI is going to take my job? Am I studying something that is in line with the next 50 years? I think you should be at the boot camp. At the boot camp, you will find out what you're studying, is it going to be here? As you heard, 20, you said 30, is it 29, 30? What is the percentage? Let's bring up that slide again before I go and call wrong percentage here. This is the slide. The slide said 29% of jobs will not exist again in 2030. The jobs that are available today, people are making 6 figures, everything is good. 29% of those jobs will not be available. So maybe you have gone back to school to study something that will not be available in 7 years. You don't know. At the boot camp, you will find out. Bring your resume. We will work on your resume for you to know what you're studying. Is it a waste of time? So that you don't study something and then you finish and then in 2 years that job has disappeared, vamoose. Or you study something that actually have very limited amount of job on the market because the jobs is already disappearing. Or you are studied something, you are in a career, you think you're good, you think you're having fun. Maybe that job, they will just wake up one day. The same way I talked about people as sorters today. If you talk to sorters, they'll tell you, I'm a supply chain technician. Yes, they are making good money. But those sorting job, AR and VR, combined with robotics, it's going to clear that job of the market. It will not exist anymore. Right. So I want you to ask yourself, all right, my job, is it going to be here long term? Or, okay, the career path that Dr. Adi said I should not cross from my career and go off the topic and go to another far away place that I don't belong to. Let me project people. Somebody asked me, what should I do as an accountant? Let me even project biotech. This is biotech. So biotech, you are a biologist. You are a biomedical engineer. You are a microbiologist. You have studied science laboratory technology. These are the type of career paths that are available for you today on the market. Let's start first. Biosensors, biodata, big data, nanomedicine, synthetic biology and metabolic engineering, artificial intelligence, gene editing, 3D bioprinting, tissue engineering, mixed reality, AR and VR is here again, and biosensors. Those are good career paths for you. If anyone is on here, biology, microbiology background, I've studied biomedical science, biomedical engineering, science laboratory technology, I want to know, what is my future like? What should I be looking at career-wise? Tech. If I want to add tech to my career, I want to turn my bio to biotech. Those are the areas. Those areas are going to drive our next 50 years. Let me tell you, I am a biomedical engineer. I did my PhD on tissue engineering and 3D bioprinting. It's right here. Tissue engineering, you can see the third one on your left. That's tissue engineering. I did my PhD on that, combined with 3D bioprinting. I did those two together for my PhD, which I finished 6 years ago. So for me as a data transformation leader, 2011, when that proclamation went up that Industry 4.0 has started, that was when I found out. Immediately, I started thinking, so what is the future for my career? I found out about all of these areas. So I picked 2 areas. I picked tissue engineering and 3D bioprinting. I did my PhD on that. Some people are wondering, Dr. Adi is a trailblazer. She has all these awards. Yes, why? I've planted myself in the forefront of innovation the moment it came out. The moment it was out, I'm right there in front. And this made my career a lot faster because I planted myself in there immediately. I leveraged my master's in biomedical engineering. I leveraged my bachelor's in physics. I looked at this landscape. I gave myself 2 landscapes. I didn't run off my own chart to go and start a career in business analytics. I didn't run off my own chart to go and start a career in Salesforce. I stayed in my lane. And because of that, I became an expert. I became a world force in 3D printing. I became known because in my lane, there are opportunities. I didn't overlook the opportunities in my lane to go and follow to another person's lane. Stop diverting and follow to other people's lane. There are gems in your area. I got a job with a Fortune 500 company to come and float 3D printing facility for them in the US. They brought me from Canada. They gave me food for 3 months. They gave me housing. They gave me paper. They gave me everything because I decided I was going to make it in my lane. The question, what is in your hand? What career path are you in? What are the opportunities in that lane? Can you maximize the opportunities because you have the right transferable skills? You have the right career path that is going to be the bedrock. You can build a life in that lane. I became the first Black person to do biomedical engineering in University of Saskatchewan. My story went viral. The Nigerian government invited me to come home to talk about data transformation. I brought the head of Tech Fund to America to come and see what 3D printing can do. Why? I stayed in my lane. Stay in your lane, Nigerians. There are opportunities in your lane. You can become a force in your lane. Because it's your lane, yes, it's harder because it's new technology. But because you have the foundation, you will get up fast. And when you get in on time, you will not be feeling uncomfortable. Once you get in that tech part of your lane, you get comfortable, you become the mama of that lane. Now you use all your experience. Now you can also establish yourself. There's no reason why you are crossing from Mile 12. They just found you in Accra, Ghana. How far now? What do you do in Accra, Ghana from Mile 12? You don't even say, let me go from Mile 12 to Oshodi. You don't go Accra, Ghana. How far? You are now saying, I'm lost on the road. You go to Accra, Ghana. You now say, I don't have anybody that looks like me. It's not a familiar terrain. It's not familiar. If it was from Mile 12, you went to Oshodi, at least they would be speaking Yoruba. You will feel like these people are still speaking my language. It's a little far away, but it's not bad. I'm still a little comfortable. I can learn this area. The language is the same. The people look like me. Why should you not go to Mile 12 from Oshodi or Oshodi to Mile 12? Why should you go to Ghana? They have a different language. It's a faraway country. It's different from your country. You will feel lost. And then you're in a different career. You are struggling there. I have people who have done this follow, and they lie on their resume. They got jobs. They get fired and come back and say, Dr. Adi, I've been fired. It was in your comfort zone. All right, let's look for another career path that I put up. Let's see. Do I have something? So somebody is here. Doctor, I'm in a medical lane. I'm in a medical lane. What's the future of medicine? This is the future of medicine. Let's talk a bit. So this is what has happened to medicine over the years on this side. On this side is what the future of medicine is. We have what we call the brain. Oh, no, the new brain and the new hand. So the new brain. The new brain are going to be the softwares that are coming into medicine, the new softwares, they're there. The new hand are the hardwares, new technology that are hardware related that are coming to medicine over the years. If you are someone who is a biomedical engineer, you're an electrical engineer interested in medicine, there are new hardwares that are coming into medicine. And there are also new softwares that are coming into medicine. I don't have the slides for everything today. What was I trying to do? To give you something to let you know what you're coming to the boot camp to get. Something that, okay, if I register for that boot camp, maybe this is my lane. Maybe they said I can bring my resume, even if I have multiple career paths. They say if I bring my resume, I will be able to, doctor will teach us how to evaluate what we should be looking at. Yes, I will. That's a promise. Or, okay, if I now evaluate what I should be doing, how do I find out if that is actually a good career path? Is there jobs on the market? Is there money? I'll teach you that. So if I now want to go in that lane, how do I understand? What should I be learning? Why? Because even if you want to go in that lane, it's good to know what you are supposed to learn. I need to learn these 3 things to launch into that lane. I'll teach you how to skill mapping. We'll use it to teach you this is what will be required for that lane. What else will I get? If I now go and get all of those, how do I get a job? Yes, resume. You'll get I'll teach you how to structure your resume. I'll give you a template. What else will I get? Job application strategies. Multiple methods to find jobs. You'll get it. Okay, how do I negotiate? How to interview, how to negotiate. I'll teach you there. It's called a 90-day strategy to get a job. Get a job in 90 days. Will you give visa sponsorship? I will not. But we are bringing 2 immigration specialists. We're bringing somebody to come and tell us about how do I get Canadian papers? What are my opportunities? So somebody who is licensed to do that, we are bringing them. Now, you don't know that you can get your green card from Nigeria. From Nigeria, the same way they give you PR, permanent residency for Canada from Nigeria. You can get American green card from anywhere you are. Do I qualify for that pathway? What is that pathway to get American green card? I'm bringing somebody to come and discuss that. How do I get, I'm in the UK, doctor, I studied data science. Now information systems. How far? American green card. That boot camp, somebody is coming. That is what she does. To break it down. This is how to get that green card from anywhere in the world. That is the boot camp, right? Oh, I'm abroad. So, yeah. How do I find a job in America, from Nigeria, from the UK? How do I, as somebody who doesn't have papers, can I find a job that will find paper for me? Yes. So, doctor, I'm in school in America. I'm in school in the UK. I want to know, how do I get jobs that will give me tier 2 visa sponsorship? Tier 2 visa sponsorship for the UK. I'll teach you there. Okay, I'm a student, doctor. I want visa sponsorship. What type of job? Which one? I'll teach you how. This boot camp is to make sure no more will you follow anybody. If I'm not going to just go to another career path and go and start because they are making noise on Instagram and LinkedIn. No, I'm going to look at which one is best for me based on my background. Now, let me see, what other career paths do I have? If you have questions, please drop all the questions in the question box for me, please. What other one do I have here? Supply chain. Yes, this is for supply chain. So traditional supply chain, this is how it is. It is straight line. You develop an idea, you plan, you source, you make, you deliver, you support. Now, for new supply chain, it's no longer a straight line. You can see it's web. It's a web. The new supply chain is a web. In that web, there are new opportunities for different things. Oh, I didn't bring one list. I have supply chain list. All the career paths, new career paths for supply chain is so exciting. Supply chain has so much exciting career path that I watch people leave supply chain and say, I'm now a business analyst and I want to just check my phone. This is a place where there is a lot of lucrative career. Why should you go to Kafancha? They didn't send you there. Okay, let me find, is there any other, so please start to drop your questions for me. I want to take questions for 10 minutes. Let me see, is there any other career path? Yes, I have a couple of career paths. So I want to round up in 2 minutes. I have a couple of career paths there. At the boot camp, first of all, I will share all of these different innovative career paths. But with your own resume, with your own hand, I'll teach you how to also find out what career paths you should go into. Now, I want to talk about what my own career path was like in corporate a bit. I started my career as a process engineer and material scientist. After my PhD, I started that career. It was fantastic because I did 3D printing. I got a job before I graduated. Now, once I started my career, I was a lead engineer. Then I told you guys that an American company asked me to come over here. So I moved to America to come and work for that company as a senior engineer. I worked there for 2 years. While on that job, I realized the stress of manufacturing on the shop floor, doing gidi-gidi. Yes, it's innovative. My career delivered multiple national awards. I did work, there was a newspaper, Nigerian government loves me, they're always clapping our daughter. I met ministers, big people. It was very innovative. Then once I became a senior engineer, which is this one here that has 4 arrows, I became a senior engineer. At that point, I'm now looking, which direction should I go? Because I need to find out a future for myself. Should I go in business and sales? Should I go management? Should I be an individual contributor and be filing patents? Or my fourth option, product, process, and project. That's an option. For you today, there are 4 arrows for you like this. This was my own option, 4 options. Then I have to consider which direction do I want to go. Because as a senior engineer, whatever direction I go determines what my future looks like. Now, in each of these directions, there are innovations. As a senior engineer, I could say, okay, I want to be a project manager. That's it, I'll cross there. I could say, I want to be a product manager. That's it, I'll go there. I could say, I was already a process engineer. I want to stay in process. I could do that. Or I can say, I want to go in management direction. Or I could say, I want to just stay as a scientist, core science individual contributor. I could also say I'm going towards business and sales where I will still do technical, but I will be customer facing, helping the customers to understand the technology we are developing and how we will help them, right? I could go in that direction. Now, how did I say which direction I will make? I have core values. Value number 1, my papa no get money. Any career, I'm an immigrant. I no come this place, come to suffer. My value number 1, money. Out of these 4 parts, which one gets money? Number 2, innovation. And I'm still going to do innovation whichever direction, so it didn't matter. Number 3, man, I'm an extrovert, right? I need to earn my respect, but I want to help people. As you guys know, I'm for human capital development. Where can I have opportunity to teach people things? If I stay as an individual contributor, I'm in the back end. I can't teach people. Products, I'll be able to teach people. Management, I can teach people. Business and sales, I can teach people. So immediately I know I can't teach people in that last lane. There is innovation there, but it's back end. I say, yeah, enough of innovation. I've done enough of innovation. I started my career as an individual contributor. So I don't want to do individual contributor anymore. So I know I can't teach people in that lane. Let me go where I can teach people. And then now I use other criteria. Which one has more money? Which one has this and that? Then I narrowed down to a particular, out of those 4, I chose one. And then I became a director there. It was important for me that I can manage people. I want a lane that gives me opportunity to manage. When it comes to managing, you can manage a project, you can manage process, you can manage products, and you can decide you want to manage people. If I wanted to manage process, product, or project, I will stay in this green area. This green area is where those 3 are. If I decide it's important to manage people, I'll go to management or business and sales. That's where my opportunity to manage people is. First of all, what do you want? You can see how I'm analyzing how I cut out some careers. What is your goal? I use my goal to say these are the 2 lanes that are important now. I've managed, when I was an individual contributor, I managed product, process, and I managed also projects, products, and process. So these 2 lanes that are down, I have done them in the first 4 years of my career. So when it was time to make a decision where I'm going, I said the top 2. I've tried the bottom 2. Let me go and try the top 2. So I picked one of those top 2. I became a director. If I stayed in that bottom 2, they wouldn't give me that directorship position. They won't. Top 2, they were fine with me being a director. Because of my very strong opportunities and experience in the bottom 2, I was a top performer in that top 2. Some of us are here. The question is, for some of you, you're not going to be like me. You're not going to cross career path and also become a director. Yours could even lead to a demotion. You may have to first of all say, I'll go back to school first, which may look like a demotion, but it's not. I'll go back to school and learn these things. Once I learn that, then my career will pick up. It will pick up to another direction. For some of you, you don't have to go back to school. You do a little bit of learning. You see this area, the one with 3 arrows that have 3 directions. You can see there is a guy who put question mark on his head. He's climbing up from that purple or lilac ladder. When he gets to that middle point where the 3 of them meet, he has to make a decision. Is he going left or is he going right? Or is he going back down? Some of you are on here right now. You have to make a decision. Am I going left? Am I going right? Or I'm going back down? Let's say you are in that middle point. The question is, how should you go? First of all, you shouldn't be thinking about leaving this ladder completely. I will abandon my career path, my education, my work experience, and go and build another ladder. You don't have to go and build another ladder. On this ladder where you have established yourself, you've said, what can we build for you? It's important. Now, you can see that as an engineer, there was also opportunity for me to be a project manager. So if I had crossed and said I wanted to be a project manager, I was justified. If I crossed, I had said I want to be a product manager, I was justified. Some people's career path is not justified for them to be in there at all. So they don't have a business there. The question is, what are your whole 4 lanes? If you're justified career-wise to be in business analytics, I will tell you to go there. If it's justified for you to go in project management, I will tell you to go there. But if it's not justifiable for you, I will tell you, no, it doesn't make sense. Now, let me say what I mean by that by using a critical example that all of us know. So everybody is probably excited about a career in finance. This is finance. These are the areas in finance today that have buzz. Fintech, right? For fintech, we have mobile. We have biometrics, we have open banking API, we have reg tech, we have big data, blockchain, artificial intelligence. Those are the areas we have in finance. Nigerians are only focusing on the big data piece where there is business analytics, data analytics. We have neglected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 different areas in financial services that is hot on the market and will be hot for the next 50 years. And we are only focusing on one piece, which is I have background in accounting. I'm going, because that is what we know. The question is, are there other opportunities for you? Yes. If you are in finance, should you be thinking, I want to be a financial analyst, a business analyst, depending on what area of finance you have? Then yes, you can. But sometimes some things are not for you. Sometimes that is not the only thing for you. There are other opportunities. Please don't let us continue to box ourselves and say, oh, that is the only opportunity for me. Oftentimes there are more than that for you. Secondly, please don't leave your lane. There is opportunity for tech everywhere. I want you to be able to leverage your work experience, your education, to get into that new techie field, so that you can feel happy there, so that everything you have done is not a waste. Will you still make money? Absolutely. All these things are new. Would you still get recognition? I did. You will. And if I work with you, whether you have crossed from one thing to the other, we will find out where is your own sweet spot. I hope at least with this conversation, you are able to, because I have consultation in 2 minutes with a client. I hope with this conversation, you are at least able to understand that there is probably something for me. There is, with my background in communications, in arts, so for example, somebody studied performing arts. And we were talking to her and saying, I was talking to her and saying, what about you look at animation as something to add to your career path? We also talked about how to do a bit of AI. We talked about AI, we talked about animation, how she can add that to a performing arts career. And I was able to explain properly to her how we're going to define that area for her. We have people who have said, Doctor, I studied communication. There are multiple opportunities for you. Doctor, I studied marketing. Multiple opportunities for you. You don't have to leave your lane and say, I've become a business analyst. There are opportunities in your lane. Oh, doctor, I want a one-on-one session with you. We have a career coaching program. I will work with you. We will find the career path. I'll edit your resume for you. That interview, I'll teach you how. When they give you offer, now me and the company, they negotiate. I will be telling you, this is what you tell them so we get more money for you. If that's what you want, you don't want public. You want private session with me. That program is still going for $500. We are revamping the program. By the time we relaunch it, is $1,200, $1,200. Before it goes to $1,200, go and key into what is left of our slots before we relaunch it. Doctor, I don't have $500. I'm poor. But I want to come to Canada, or I'm a visitor. I have visitor visa. I want to know how to get a job for me. Come to the boot camp. Doctor, I want to understand. You said there is a pathway to come to America with green card. I want to know, and I want to know how to get a job in America. Come to the boot camp. I'm finishing my master's. Doctor, I will need a job. Come to the boot camp. Whatever, that boot camp is easy and cheap. $150. Doctor, how do I book the boot camp? Send us, we are taking 200 people. A lot of the people are paying in Naira. So when you go on Eventbrite, I have time. By the time we collect the people who have paid in Naira, if they reach 200, we go still close that Eventbrite. What we want is 200. If it goes beyond 200, I cannot manage that boot camp. So we are stopping it at 200. Get your own slot, key it in 25 and 26. Meet me and 2 other speakers. Let's give you game changer. There is no reason why you should be paying somebody for a course for $3,000 if you don't even know that's the right career path for you. There's no reason why you are paying anybody you can't keep buying boot camps and certifications that are none of your business. Some certifications are none of your business. Don't go and waste your time learning it. Let's find out your own first. Secondly, let's find out what you need to learn. Sometimes what they are teaching you is not everything you need for the job. Maybe it's 30% of what you need for the job. Now you've done that boot camp, you are still not getting a job. Why? Because that boot camp has taught you very little amount of what you need for the job. Now, because you've done it, you felt that's everything needed. Let me go start to apply for a job. Doctor, I'm not getting an interview. They didn't teach you everything. Did you even know what you need to get a job? You don't know. Come and know at the boot camp. Let's do skill mapping. With skill mapping, let's know this is all encompassing. Everything a company will need me to have to be the top 5 candidate, I have it now. Now, let me go and book courses to know that. Oh, I'm in school. Doctor, what courses should I be taking? Come to the boot camp. Let's identify the right career path for you. Then we can say these are the courses you should take that are completely relevant to that career path. Attend the boot camp or book the $500 mentorship program before it goes to $1,200. I'm a private person, do that. This video is going to be available. Your neighbor, your friend, your sister, anybody, you want them, they have visitors visa, share it with them. They want a job. They are confused. They are running from one career path to another, one boot camp to another, one certification where they don't send them to another. Send them this video. They don't understand. They are clueless. Send them this video. Let's have direction first before we say we are running katakata everywhere. There is opportunity on the market. Tech is real. It will affect everything we are doing, yes, but not all tech is for you. There is a tech that has your name on it. Let's find out. Thank you for your time today. I hope this was good and helpful for you. I'm coming back tomorrow to talk about admission. So you have anybody have admission question, tomorrow is their day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And this is Dr. Adi, and this is our Career Cafe with Dr. Adi. Have a wonderful day. You know, new people, follow. Thank you, everybody. See you. Come chat with us. We'll be in the DM, ready to answer more of your questions. Come to the DM. If I'm not there because I'm going to a session, I will come to the DM after my session, and I will leave you voice notes. Voice notes, if your questions, my team cannot answer it, they'll leave it there. I'll come and look at it myself and answer. Please don't increase the mentorship. On LinkedIn, people whose mentorship program do not deliver as much as mine, they are selling it for $2,500. So we have to increase the mentorship program. You just grab your slot before it's increased. There is no negotiation there. It's going to have to go up. Fantastic. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. This is goodbye.